Hello, everyone. Give everybody 1 minute to get on. Sorry, I'm a few seconds late. Hi, Joy. Hi, Joy. Hi, Takia. Hello, everyone. I just wanted to come on today because I wanted to talk a little bit about, of course, we doing self-care and the importance of self-care when it comes to death. Today is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to everyone. My name is Janelle Santana, and of course, I am the founder of the Self Care Project. And today we're going to talk about celebrating Mother's Day and grieving on Mother's Day. Just a little bit of my background on me losing my mother on October 8th. I got a call from my sister, Joy, and she said, Janelle, Mom is not breathing. I was like, what do you mean? Let's talk about this. Let me see my mom. At the time when my sister put me on the phone, my brother-in-law was actually giving my mother CPR. And they were trying to work on my mother. I actually saw my mother basically take her last breath without her being on life support. So today is my first year without my mother. We took her to the hospital on October 11th. We as a family decided to take her off the ventilator. And at that point, she passed peacefully. Yesterday, I went to the cemetery with my family and one of my sisters, and we did a lot of crying. We also did a lot of laughing, which is actually healthy when you're grieving. The crying and the laughter does work because those memories are there. So what we did was we celebrated my mother yesterday. I was able to celebrate them. I didn't stay with family overnight. I came home. This morning, I woke up like 6 o'clock this morning. Just been trying to get through minute by minute of the grieving process. And one thing I could say, it's not easy for those that lost their mother. I'm actually walking your shoes, and to know that it doesn't end with this is the first year. I'm always going to celebrate my mother and be there for my mother. So excuse me, it's really hard, but I did want to come on because I know that this time of year is hurting so many. Probably most of us, or some of us, we don't have our mother today. So we woke up and we couldn't pick up the phone, or during the week we couldn't order flowers or edible arrangements for our parents because there was no phone call to make. Most definitely, if heaven had a phone, God would be tired of me calling my mother because me and my mother spoke so much and we were super close. Just a little bit about her. She had a heart of soul. Oh my gosh, she would give you the clothes off her back. She took a lot of people in. We always had people living with us. Me and my brother Rick, we would be like, "Mom, we cannot save the world." She always did everything. She was a family person. Her biggest holiday was Thanksgiving. She didn't care for Christmas. She didn't care for Mother's Day. And I'm lost without her on Mother's Day. But believe it or not, Mother's Day didn't mean as much as Thanksgiving meant to her. So part of my self-care is what I'm doing is I'm trying to educate everyone to know that grieving is okay. And there's a process. I mean, we go from being totally numb to not even being there. That numbness process is happening when you're actually planning the arrangements and things like that. You're like, is this real? No, it's not real, but I got something to do. The support of my family is my rock, and everybody that knows me know I have a huge family. Aunts have become mothers. Cousins are even closer. They're most definitely like, Janelle, talk about it. I have this one cousin, Ebony. For some reason, she knows the perfect time to call, and that's when I'm going through the crying spells and stuff. I do know that crying is so healthy. If you guys did lose your mother and you need to cry today, or you need to cry on this episode of self-care, most definitely cry, because it helps us. And also remember the good times with my mom, which was the best ever. I mean, I was a teenager, so during the teenage years, I don't think nobody got along with their mother. I didn't get along with my mother. And as an adult, we became so tight. Like, we taught our mother Cash App. She learned Facebook. And when she was learning Facebook, actually, that was funny. She thought she was literally talking to someone. She was like, I said hi to you. You didn't say hi back. Those beginning stages of them learning Facebook was funny. So I have all those memories. And I plan to keep her with me at all times. I got her earrings on today. I don't wear them much because I can't afford them. So I'm like, I have to cherish these earrings forever. So that is what my Mother's Day basically was. Today was minute by minute. It wasn't hour by hour. And if anybody can relate to those minutes and the time ticking and the time going by and realizing that you still cannot pick up that phone. You still can't call 1-800-MOMMY. We could call all our aunts, but today is Mother's Day, and I want to call her. Then we need to work on, we have children, right? So I want to touch on that. I have 3 beautiful children. One is a dog that I'm responsible for, unfortunately. I have an older son who I was blessed I didn't physically have him. And then I have one child that I had, which is Ruben. Today I was feeling down. Siobhan came, that's my big son, with a beautiful card because he considers me his mom. It was, Dear Mom, I love you. He came with a bottle of wine. They always trying to give me wine because my kids want to keep me calm from yelling. Yes, I do a lot of yelling. I don't have a voice much today because of the crying and stuff. Then my son Ruben, he actually brought me a charm for my Pandora bracelet, and it said mother, son. With both of my children coming, well, my big son doesn't live with me, so my little son was with his father. So with them coming, I was like, I got to get out this funk. I got to get from upstairs and bring myself downstairs. So I came downstairs to my downstairs is like my living room area, kitchen area. I was able to eat. I was able to cook dinner. And I was saying to myself, what would my mother want? Would she want me in bed all day? No. So I came downstairs. I was so happy of my gifts. And I was, saying I need to celebrate because I am a mother. And I have children who look up to me. So when we lose our parents, we also got to understand that, yes, there's grief. But when we look into our beautiful children's faces and fall in love all over again, like, I'm a mother. I was blessed to be your mother. And all I can say is what I'm doing is instilling every value, everything my mother instilled in me, except for the nice part because she was over nice, and anybody know Blanche know she was just too nice. But everything she instilled in me, I'm trying to instill in my son. Most definitely keeping my tradition going. I mean, her tradition with Thanksgiving. You know, Takia and Wayne has opened their door to keep that tradition going. And my niece, Melissa, most definitely will keep it going when I'm old and my kids put me in an old folks home. So that's how Mother's Day went for me. And I know Mother's Day is going like that for all of you guys, whether you're celebrating because you do have your mother. And most definitely, part of self-care is honor your mother. Because when she's gone, she's gone. And I know a lot of people go, you know, Janelle, talking to my mother is toxic. I get that, but you don't want to be talking to a grave site. You want to mend that relationship. It's not easy. I mean, I'm not saying mend. I'm saying mend it to where y'all loving each other again. Y'all don't have to be around each other. For those that actually have their mother, you should be giving her a kiss. You should be giving her a hug. Gifts is beautiful, but celebrating her. We all should celebrate our parents every day. I mean, they carried us for 9 months, and like I didn't carry Siobhan, but he's very much my son, and I celebrate my kids with an S, all three of them, the dog too. But I wanted to come on because implementing self-care is also it's talking about that we must grieve. Grieving is healthy. Stop holding stuff in. You need to cry. I cry all the time. When a thought comes, I cry. I just got a client, and it was so weird. I'm at her house, and she's crying because she just lost her mother a month ago. And I'm like, please, Janelle, don't start crying. Janelle, don't start crying. Janelle, don't start crying. And as soon as I got in my car, the tears went. And that was because she just lost her mother. Of course, my boss wouldn't have never gave me a case where someone just lost her mother, but we didn't know. And you don't know that until you get the backgrounds of the case. So I got a case, and I think, you know what, I'm going to keep that case because it'll probably be a challenge for me to still mourn my mother, but also hold my composure for when I'm out and about. I mean, most definitely if I need to cry, it's going to happen. Can't hold that in. But also, I want you guys to laugh. Think about when our mother told us, no talking to boys, all that stuff go in my head. Oh, Janelle, you can't go outside. You can't. I'm 18. She like, you got to be in the house by 12. I'm like, lady, I'm grown. And we had those arguments and stuff. And I was like, I miss that. I miss that. My mother was also nosy. She would call my cousin Ebony or her sister and want all the juicy gossip. And she couldn't hold water, so she told everybody. So everybody knew everybody's business. Everybody was real clear on what they were sharing with my mom. But I want us all to know that we are mothers. We are special. And we have to love up our children. Kiss them up. Tell them how much we love them. Also instill what was taught to us to them. Because some of that old school stuff, these kids need, because Google is basically raising our children. And we're, I'm in my 40s, but we got young mothers who don't even have the skills because their mother wanted to raise them a different way. And now the mothers is like, what the heck happened to you? I didn't do that when I was little. I would have got my teeth knocked down my throat. She would have dragged me out. Instill those in your children, because if you don't, they will not learn what we learned. And then that'll be broken because the kids won't remember or won't know what we've been through. Be hard on them, most definitely, because we can't compete with computers. Sorry, mothers. We just cannot compete with them. We're barely learning them ourselves because when we were growing up, we didn't have them. Love your children. Kiss your children. If you have your mother and her heart is still beating, even if you're not speaking to her right now, I want you to make a phone call. Call your mother. At least wish her a happy Mother's Day. Because when they're gone, you're going to be singing your shoulda, coulda, wouldas. I should have called my mother when Janelle says so. I should have reached out to her. Self-care is so important. And if you have all of that bottled inside, you're not practicing self-care. Self-care is all about forgiveness. I mean, they did their best. They did their best with what they had and what they were taught. So it's not like you guys, kids come with a book and this is how to be a mother. We learn from our mothers. I love all you guys. This is a short one, but I did want to come out because I wanted you guys to learn how to celebrate self-care. Celebrate our mothers. Actually, dead or alive. Celebrate them. Celebrate the life of them. Party. On Saturdays, I got my music on because that's what my mother taught me. I always loved my mama. She played that song all the time. I always loved my mama. She brought me in this world. You only get one. You only get one. Yeah. That song came out before I was born, but I remember that song, you know, and somebody loves you back. You be cleaning up on Saturday and thinking of all those good times. So remember those good times. Crying is good, but I want to hear laughter because our mothers didn't cry all day. Maybe mine did, but our mothers didn't cry all day. They actually laughed. I'm sorry.